it's Skeletor and his
Yeah.
his crony talking about He-Man's sexuality, and it's really disturbing.
Wow. It's, every journey starts with a single step, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when your therapist was sitting and talking to you, right, and she's like, well, what's going to be the first step? What did she, if you don't mind me asking, like, what was the one thing that she was like, take this step and it should be a domino effect for you?
It became a normal for me, and I don't like that. I don't like the person that I was.
Yeah.
And I guess with that stress, I was always just so tense.
Whether it's like a dad joke or like something like stupid or funny.
Well, I mean, like, hot dog down a hallway is probably one of my favorite lines.
God. Hey everyone, welcome to the Big Manz Cabana Podcast. I am your host, Matthew J. Lepore. And Miss Daria, you are on again.
Yes, hello.
Hello. So, last time we talked about your double life, your salon, and I was learning so much. Actually, it was hysterical. People were, I was getting emails and like DMs, and they're like, "Do you not know anything about hair?" And I'm like, "Well, I know like what a balayage is." And they go, "Did you learn anything?" I learned so much. And Christine was like, "Wow, I guess I never really knew that like guys just don't know about all this hair stuff and like what it's all about." And then like you go right from that and you go right to bartending, right? I didn't get in too much into like your personal life last time. And I know we were talking about like doing that this time and like kind of going over some like wild experiences that you've had and just life in general. But how is the salon thing going?
Salon's good. I go there after here, so.
Oh, so she does a podcast. She's gonna do salon. You don't work the Creekside tonight, do you?
No.
Okay.
I have off on Tuesday nights.
Okay. Yeah, Tuesdays aren't that busy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me, the last like since we did this probably a couple months, right?
It was whenever the Phillies were in the
World
playoffs.
Series.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that was a while ago.
I just remember because I was wearing a Phillies shirt.
Right. Yeah. So then on the bar scene now, like with like Martina being gone and things like that, like how's that been for you guys?
I mean, it's been fine. Like we know she's coming back, so
Yeah, today
but
I think they come back.
I mean, it's been fine. I mean, Saturday night I was the only female working in the building, and it was very nice.
Yeah.
It was very smooth.
Yeah.
No drama. We had fun.
Yeah. It was busy.
It was busy.
That was busy.
Yeah.
I know Mike from Railroad. Mike from Railroad. Railroad. He was like, "Yeah, dude, we've had some busy Saturdays too. I don't know what it is, but there's something in the air about people just being out and like doing
Well,
things."
because I mean, like this time of year, people get like depressed and don't like they pretty much force themselves to go out, but.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people that do that. They're like, I just need to like get out. Some people just go to like.
They want to be around people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, for us, we're always around people.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So
yeah.
that's the last thing we want to do. But
so when it comes to like your days off, before we get into like the other things.
One day off.
Do you ever just go like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to a bar and like just go hang out?
Yeah, Creekside.
Okay.
All right. So here's the thing. This is my mission. I talked about it with my therapist. I'm trying to change a lot, and I'm not there yet. But I really have this goal of like just going to a bar that I don't know anybody, and sitting at the bar by myself with my phone, getting an appetizer and a drink, and just like zoning out by myself. I can't do that right now.
Okay.
The anxiety is too high. I don't know why I can't do it, but that's a goal of mine. I want to be able to do that.
That's a good goal because I can't do that either.
Yeah.
Christine went shopping one day in the outlets by herself, and I'm like,
well, see, I can shop. I don't like to shop with people because people, they distract me, or I feel pressured that somebody's waiting for me. I'd rather be alone shopping. Shopping I can do. Eating and drinking I can't do by myself.
Yeah. So Creekside is like you're built up to it?
Well, no, Creekside's home.
Okay.
Like
yeah.
I don't have any anxiety going there to hang out.
Yeah. Okay.
That's where all of our people are.
That is true, unless they go to the Hangar 5.
And I right. And I rarely get to like hang out with them on the other side of the bar. So, and I like them, so I want to hang out.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
I do like them. That is one thing that I never thought I would have is like to know regular. Like there was always the thing. It's like oh, my regulars are coming in or whatever it is, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. But like it is nice to be like, oh, I see Todd,
right?
And I see John and Chris and all those people. So I do see what you're saying.
Yeah.
So this past year, you've had some like big life changes when it comes to like relationships and things like that. I know we wanted to talk about like like love and like what relationships are and how like maybe a job and working these kind of jobs can affect things like that, or just how relationships kind of stand in 2024. So how has that been in the last like year?
Well, I was with somebody for 6 years.
Yeah.
And it was toxic longer than I realized it was toxic. But once I realized, there was no going back from that.
Yeah.
And I couldn't let things go. And there was no turning back. I knew I needed to get out.
Yeah.
And I did. And it was hard because my biggest thing in my life is that I put everybody before myself. And I was too worried about what was going to happen to him because he put the responsibility of me being everything for him.
Oh, I've heard, a
long time ago. So like I felt responsible for his happiness and felt responsible for what's going to happen to him if we break up. So I stayed with him for him, but I was miserable.
And you weren't safe.
Miserable. I was. That's why I was working so much. I was avoiding being home. And and it was affecting me. Like I was putting his needs in front of mine.
Yeah.
And when I started going to therapy, that she totally like changed my outlook on so many things. Like it's still a work in progress because it's really hard to change things the way that you've been your whole life.
Sure.
But I'm starting it. I'm doing it. I'm doing the work. My self-care is non-negotiable.
That's actually beautiful to hear because that is one thing that people always talk about, right? It's like self-care. Have your self-care days, and people don't know what that looks like, right? And what is it? It's every journey starts with a single step, right? So when your therapist was sitting and talking to you, right, and she's like, well, what's going to be the first step? What did she, if you don't mind me asking, like, well, what was the one thing that she was like, take this step and it should be a domino effect for you?
Breaking up with Brian.
Damn. Okay.
That was the start of it. If she knew it was toxic, we started it out as couples therapy. So she knew him. He's got a lot of trauma, and I don't take that away from him. A lot of childhood trauma. He fought in Afghanistan, and God bless him, and thank you for everything. But it bled into our relationship, and I didn't realize it because I didn't realize I lost myself so long ago that I was just in such a bad place when I met him.
Yeah.
He was like the cocktail, the recipe for me that I needed, like somebody to care for and somebody to try to fix. Yeah. And you can't fix anybody.
Well, it's hard because there is this quote too. I know like a lot of people have been saying it now, but I just heard it again on Joe Rogan yesterday. Like hurt people, and it's not necessarily like they might be like traumatize you, but it's like they have all these wounds and they have these deep cuts, and then it's like you're gonna bounce into a relationship with someone who is just looking out for the best for you, right. And then in a prolonged period of time, or even in a short period of time, you find that maybe like this isn't for me, but you don't know what to do because you're kind of like attached in a way.
It's crazy because like I was married before. And I still get along great with my ex-husband. He's a great person. But, like, this was so much harder. And I don't mean because I loved Brian more or anything like that. It was because I knew that my ex-husband would be okay.
Oh, yeah.
He was stable. He was responsible. I was so worried about what was going to happen to him.
Yeah.
He's emotionally not stable.
Mm.
So, and I didn't realize there was so much emotional abuse in the relationship. That's when when I saw it, and I couldn't unsee it.
Yeah.
And then I started resenting him. I was angry all the time. I couldn't let it go. But what I want for him is for him to find some kind of inner peace.
Yeah.
That's all I want for him.
Now, do you think that's therapy?
Yeah.
Or it's, yeah.
Yeah. He did start some trauma therapy, and it was working, but then he stopped. And he's got so much. Well, you're never fixed. Nobody's ever fixed.
Yeah.
But there's always a work in progress, and he's, he gave up right now, so it's tough.
Dude, that sucks.
And it's crazy because I was in there sobbing every Monday. What am I going to do? I'm stuck here. I can't. She's like, it's not your problem. You're not responsible for his feelings. I was like, I get that, but how do I convince myself of that? I know these things, but I can't bring myself to do it. And then we literally, the day before I was in there doing that, and then we were fighting for 3 days, and that next day I just woke up and I said, I can't do this anymore. I just can't.
Yeah.
I'm exhausted. I was so exhausted, and I didn't realize how exhausted I was until after that, because after that day he moved out. He moved out that night. He went to his mom's in Central PA. And I wasn't kicking him out on the street.
Yeah.
But he said he can't stay there with me there.
Yeah.
I slept so much that next week.
Oh,
I didn't realize, Sarah, she brought it to my attention. She was like, because her therapist had said something about you're so tense for so long and you're in fight or flight for so long that you don't realize how exhausted you are until you feel that relief, that weight off your shoulders. I slept so much. I thought it was depression, but it wasn't.
No, your body's relaxing.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually kind of okay. It's not kind of cool, but it's
interesting.
It's interesting because I've never heard of something like that before. That's wild.
Yeah, because we fought all the time. We were at each other all the time. It was constant. And I'm not a combative person. Not unless I need to be.
Yeah.
It was constant. And it became a normal for me. And I don't like that. I don't like the person that I was.
Yeah.
And I guess with that stress, I was always just so tense. I physically was my body just felt so much relief. I was like, oh, now I can sleep and now I can breathe.
Interesting. Wow. So there's this thing that I heard. I had this kind of happen with one of the girls recently. I'm sure you remember that whole situation. I'm not going to name names, but there's this thing that I saw through a TikTok therapist. Just someone that I saw, and it was kind of I watched the video, and I'm like, oh, I see it's checking boxes, right? And they did have their PhD. But it was you're almost addicted to the things that are happening. It's not necessarily love, or you've already fallen out of that love, but it's more the addiction. It's you're on such high highs with this person, and then you have the lows, but then you're looking forward to those highs. Right. And it's you're in this low period, but then when this high is happening, this great moment you guys are in, it's it's addicting because that's what you're looking for.
Right. Well, that's how it was, and then there were no more highs. None. It was bad. And I just thought, let me tough through it. Because why? Because it was making him happy. Yeah. So, now I'm trying to work on not putting people before me, and I'm not being selfish, but
no, yeah.
I should be a little bit selfish.
They do say you're supposed to have a little bit of selfishness. There's you know how they always say you should be able to say no, say no more. I feel like that's a big step for a lot of people, right? Is being able to be hey, can you do this for me? No,
right?
And a lot of the times people will be like, oh, okay.
Right.
And if they get mad at because you're saying no, it's like,
what do you need them in your life for anyway?
yeah. And I'm sure there's a lot of situations where people like will guilt other people into situations. But, you know, when it comes to just being like, excuse me, like present and just like doing things for yourself, like that's a big step. Most people can't even like go to a bar and even just go to a coffee shop and like sit down. Like there's a lot of steps people should take. Because now, like, all you see is, like, self-care. And that, like, worries me a little bit because I feel like most people now are falling out of this rhythm and falling out of this love for themselves. And now they're dredging on in, like, a relationship or in a job or in, like, a lifestyle that they're not necessarily supposed to be in.
Right.
You know?
Or they just don't feel worthy enough for the things that they deserve.
So, therapy, when did you start doing that?
In March.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was always, like, for it for people.
Yeah.
And I always thought, like, not that I thought that I didn't need it.
Yeah.
I just thought, well, I talk to people all day long.
Why not talk to one person?
That's therapy for me. But it wasn't, because it was me putting other people's stuff before mine. It's very easy to avoid your own stuff when you have other people's stuff to deal with.
I mean, you've listened to me how many times sitting
and it's just who I am. I mean, and I don't want to change that about myself. I'm an empath. It's just who I am. And my therapist,
you're good.
She said, you know, it's going to be extra hard for you because you're an empath. So you're going to have to work extra hard to not focus so much on other people's feelings. Like my homework this week is to ask somebody for help, because I never do that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
How's that going to feel?
I don't know. So I'm redoing my bedroom.
Okay.
That's part of the self-care. And I just want to, you know, a fresh, you know.
Yeah.
So I bought new bedding and stuff. And
okay.
Just changing the whole room. And because I want to be comfortable, you know, I want it to be mine.
Well, so that's what I did upstairs, and I'll tell you from personal experience. I got like new bedding, and I bought a whole new bed, a whole new mattress, and I spent like more money than I should have on the mattress.
Well, the mattresses are ridiculous.
Yeah.
You have to like make a car payment.
Dude, it was like $340.
That's
like,
cheap.
Really?
Yes. That's a good price.
Oh.
Yeah, they're really...
Thanks, Mattress Firm. Even though, I don't know if you ever heard, but there's actually a conspiracy that... never mind, we're not going to get into that.
I do love a good conspiracy.
Oh, I have too many. But yeah, there's something about like redoing your room and like it being yours. I mean, you like the feeling for me that I really hope you have this feeling is you open the door and you walk in like after like a long day at the bar, a long day at the salon. And like you like, oh, these sheets, they feel great, and then you sleep, and there's something like, and I really hope you have this same feeling. It's something like waking up and you're like, oh, okay, like this is nice.
Right? Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for.
Oh,
I mean,
dude.
I know I'm gonna feel that, but let me tell you something that I tried like 3 days ago.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of pink noise? They have different like white noise, gray noise.
I've heard of white noise.
They're like frequencies.
Okay.
So the other night I was like, you know, because I usually read before I go to sleep.
Sure.
But I read on my phone.
Okay.
So I was like, I want to listen to something to just like kind of help soothe, you know, because it was too quiet. So I stumbled upon this playlist for pink noise, and it was insane. Like when I was sleeping, like I was out. And when I woke up, my alarm went off. As soon as I turned my alarm off, I would hear it again, and I'm out. Like there's something in it. I don't know what it is. And then I noticed yesterday when I woke up, like you know how you're halfway in and halfway out. Yeah. I could hear other sounds in the background, but then once I was awake, I couldn't hear them. It was so crazy. Like it's the frequency thing, I guess. But like
you should look up and see if they have those little boxes.
It really helps you sleep, though, man. I was like,
well, see, that's why I sleep with fans on, because it's like something.
Right. That's what I was looking for, like a fan sound, and then I stumbled upon that, and I love pink, so I was like, let me click on this and see what this is.
You should look up on Amazon if they have like those boxes. Like they have white white noise boxes.
Right.
Like I used to work in this office when I was working for Cutco, and we would have a white noise box in the back office.
Would you fall asleep? Or
No,
was it just like relaxing?
It was just like it filled the air, you know?
Yeah, so it's not like awkward and quiet. And...
Yeah, because I mean, when we drove to Colorado, we had to sleep at like Walmart, like the parking lot the one night. And Kevin's here, and I'm here in the car, and I'm like, I can't sleep, and I found like a 2-hour loop of a fan on Spotify, and I like played that, but a pink noise.
And this playlist is huge. It's on Spotify. Like, you'll never run out of it.
I'll have to look this up.
And it doesn't sound like, when you hear it, you're gonna be like, okay, it kind of sounds like a fan. Kind of, yeah,
okay.
like a humming, like buzz. But like, there's different tracks.
Sure.
And when you're awake, they all sound the same. But I'm telling you, I heard different stuff when I was like halfway in and halfway out. It was really weird.
You know what? Tonight I think I'm gonna try that out. It's called Pink Noise. Interesting.
I'll send you the playlist.
Okay, cool. Because I've only heard of like white noise. I've heard of like gray noise, like on TikTok. I need to delete TikTok.
I've been doing much better on my TikToking, by the way.
Oh, dude, it's so bad. It's so bad. Like,
I'm so much better. Like, my algorithm is insane. Very, very bizarre.
Yeah. You should check out Gavin's phone.
Why?
Oh, it's so bad. But yeah, I'll have to check that out tonight because, like, you know, I don't really have a problem falling asleep. Like if a fan is on. I'm also a psychopath. Like I have to have the windows open. Yeah, I have to be cold. But yeah, pink noise. I've never heard of that before.
Yeah.
If I wake up and start hearing shit, I'm calling you immediately. You'd be like, "What is this, dude?"
Be like, Matt.
Oh, that's
Get up and go out.
Dude, no.
Somebody said that to me. They're like, there's like probably subliminal messages in there. I'm like, well, if I murder anybody,
that's why.
We know why.
We know why.
And it wasn't me. It was the pink noise.
I have an actual fear of that. Like, that I'm going to, like...
Get, like, hypnotized or something?
Hypnotized or, like, someone's like, hey, Matt, and, like, in my ear when I'm sleeping.
Oh, my God.
Because there's this thing, not to get, like, weird, but there's this thing called the rake. It's called a creepypasta. It's like an internet thing. It's like a lore situation. It's all fake, but, like, there's things in history that allude to it and things like that. And it does things like that. Like, it talks you through your brain. But
is it like that? There was a documentary on one.
Slender Man.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so he's a creepypasta.
Yeah.
That's how that becomes a thing.
Okay.
But the rake is like, he will sit on the foot of your bed.
No.
I will not. I will literally, you can ask Christine, I will not have my chair. It has to be in under my desk because I am terrified that he will be sitting there facing me one day.
No, I can't. Yeah, I don't.
So like,
I just would rather not look into that stuff.
Yeah, no, okay.
I would freak myself out. I live alone now, so I mean, I do have a dog, but like,
what kind of dog?
She's a Yorkie Bichon. Yeah, she's 13. Okay. My baby.
That makes so much sense.
Yeah, I know.
Not in a bad way.
No, but everybody says when they see her, they're like, she's totally your dog.
Yeah, definitely.
She has clothes, you know.
Does she really?
Of course. She's so patient. I torment that dog.
Oh, God. I'm sure she likes it.
She has like hoodies and stuff. It's not like she has some dresses, but I don't go too crazy.
Do you have a picture?
Yeah.
Of one of the dresses? I want to see this. Are you okay if I put it up here?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, nice.
I just got to... Let's talk while I.
No, you're fine. You're good. You're good. We can even find it after. I can put it up. But like that's one thing like Christine does. She they got their dog a one of those like Halloween outfits, and I'm like, what is this?
Oh.
And people do it all the time.
I had the best Halloween outfit for my dog the one year. It was $3. Like last minute, I was like, oh shit, I forgot to get the dog a costume, and we lived in a row home like in an area where Halloween was huge, so like we had to have her on display because all the kids loved seeing her. She was Miss Piggy, but like it was the cheapest costume, but it was the cutest thing. Like the head, like the it was a hood, so it kept falling over her head, and she literally was just running around like a little Miss Piggy, like her nose and everything. It was hilarious. It had blonde hair. It was so
Oh
funny.
my gosh, guys! I'm gonna have her send me all these photos, and you're just gonna see them in like a slideshow, just continuously like, shoom shoom. Oh god. See, like the one dog that I really want to have was when I'm older is like a pit bull.
I love pit bulls. I have such a problem with people who are like pit bull prejudice.
Yeah.
It really bothers me because you know what? A dog is bad because their
The
owners
owner.
are bad.
Yes.
The owners are the reason why. Like, if
Yeah.
she ever, like, when she was younger, if she went to the bathroom in the house or something, like, I always knew it was my fault. It wasn't her fault
Yeah.
because she,
I just go to the bathroom.
right, and I must have been too busy to pay attention or whatever. But people blame the dog, and I know that's controversial, and I'll probably hear things about it, but
I do think most people agree with that term though, because I think for a while people were like freaking out. And Daria, if you can't find it, dude, it's really all good.
I just have a lot of pictures. That's all. Here's one. This was celebrating Pride.
Okay. Oh my gosh. You got like a little dress. Oh my gosh. That definitely.
Her uncle / aunt is part of the LGBT
Oh, nice.
community.
I have two uncles
supporting her uncle / aunt.
Yep. I actually I have no cousins
At all.
at all. I have half cousins because he's Al's my dad's half brother.
Okay.
But
So is your dad the only kid in his family?
no, his brother is gay,
Oh.
and my mom's brother is gay.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, they could still have kids, but
They do. They just choose not to.
all right. Here's one more of her in a dress, and then I'll.
Oh my gosh, dude. That's actually so cool. I've never like I've seen dogs like on social media
Yeah.
have clothes, but it wasn't until Christine was putting her dog in
You're like, what are you
I'm like,
doing?
what is this?
I'm going to show you one more picture just because it's my favorite picture of
Okay.
her. And this is the one I show people and they go, that's totally your dog.
Okay. Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah.
Like, she might be blonde, but we look alike.
Dude, that is see like when you said that I'm like, no, that's a Daria dog.
Well, it's funny. Like, at work, we always joke around. Like, we all have our own, like, what dog would you be?
Yeah.
I'm the Yorkie.
Oh, for sure.
And they're all like, absolutely.
That makes so much sense.
Martina. I'm sorry. I said she was a Chinese crested. And she was like, I totally agree.
Dude. Oh my god. So
Because of the hair.
dude, I'm crying. I'm actually crying. Oh man. Okay. So they're gone, right?
Right.
And I've been over there a couple times. And because Gage has become like a really good friend of mine and a great boss. Really good boss actually. But their cats and their like whole decor just makes so much sense.
Oh my God.
And it's so cool.
Yeah.
Like their one cat Calypso, like they're all named so appropriately.
Their names are incredible.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, what is that one's name? And it'll be some. I'm like, what does that mean?
Yep.
Like
Baphomet. Yep. As above. But it's just cool, and they take great care of their pets.
I'm sure they do.
Like I was over there, and they have little like places for all of them. They have gates up. They have like when we were all out.
They keep them all separated.
Yeah, they know which ones can't be with which ones. Their cats are so well behaved. Like Christine was over there. They've never met her before, and she's just holding Calypso. Like they really do take care of their animals actually really well.
As they should.
As they should.
If you're gonna have them, you better.
Yeah.
You know, unfortunately, a lot of people in this world don't.
Blows my fucking mind.
Why have one?
You know what's wild, and this might be a controversial statement, and I'm sorry if this sounds like a dickhead, but sometimes, like, I hate like animal harm. Like I can't watch a dog die.
Oh, I can't either.
But if like on like on feed on like Twitter or someone gets shot, it
I
does less
say
for
this,
my brain
I
than it
say
does for a
this
dog.
all the time. My ex-mother-in-law used to be like, "What is wrong with you?" Because she's like, "You have no problem seeing like a story about like humans getting murdered," and she's like, "But an animal, you're like," I like run out of the room. I'm like, "I can't hear it. I can't see it," because they're innocent.
Yeah.
People have a conscience.
Yeah.
It's totally different.
Yep.
Like babies
Yeah. I'm okay. Same
on
way.
the same
Yeah.
level as
Yes.
animals.
Yes. Yes. It is.
But you know, not that people deserve, you know.
No, I know you're.
But
I'm
it's just harder to. I can't. We were watching. What was that thing on Netflix with the animals? Like it was really good. It was like some Earth, like Discovery Channel documentary where they had the birds that were dancing and the walruses.
Was it a cartoon?
No, it was a documentary. It's like about it's about the planet.
I don't.
And like, but it shows like the circle of life, and I get it. Like it's the circle of life. I know that lions have to eat antelope and all that. I don't want to see it.
Yeah.
Every single time, I'm like, there we go again. I'm like, I can't watch it. Like,
there's a lot of things on Instagram too. It's like Nature is Metal. I think I follow it, and it's wild like shit.
I don't want to see that. Like,
Yeah.
even I don't like mice at all, or rats at all. But I don't want to see them get killed.
Well, there was actually
I want them to be killed.
Yeah.
But I don't want to watch it.
Yeah. There was a viral video that just came out. I think it was in Russia. I forget where it was. But they attached it to a rocket, like one of those fireworks, and they launch. It just explodes. It's okay. It's fucked up, but I was like, wow.
I mean, that's like disturbing.
Yeah. Well, you don't see it blow up. You just see the firework, and you just kind of
because you just assume that.
Yeah.
Now that's cruel. That
is cruel.
And like, there's a humane way to get rid of stuff.
Yeah.
That's sick.
I do want to see a New York rat.
Oh God, why?
I need to see one.
It's probably the size of a possum. I saw one rat ever in my life, and it was in the train, like down in 30th. I don't think it was 30th Suburban Station in Philly.
Okay.
It was on the train tracks, and
Oh.
I was like, like it was.
it big?
It was big. They're terrifying. They're dirty.
Yeah.
They're so dirty. That's why I don't like them.
I need to see one, whether it's a Philly one or like I need to see.
Like were you expecting like Splinter to like walk out? Like
kind of. I just I hear so much about it, and a lot of the comedians that I listen to are like from New York, like Andrew Schultz and like Akash thing. They always talk about it. They make jokes about it.
right.
Especially on their podcast, and a lot of guys are out of that New York area, and they're like,
What's different about a New York rat?
apparently it's like insanely big, and
Oh,
they're
wow,
everywhere.
because they eat because they have so much to eat.
I don't doubt it. Yeah, I don't know what it is, whether it's food or chemical. I don't know. All I hear is that these New York rats are so big.
Like, could you imagine? Like, could you imagine? You want to see one, but if you actually saw one, I feel like you would freak out.
Listen.
You'd be running and screaming like a little girl.
Oh, for sure. And I'll end up on TikTok going viral because look at this 300-pound man screaming like a child.
Like,
I mean, you guys have heard me sneeze in the kitchen.
Sneeze like a little bitch.
Yeah. The one day we were upstairs. We're prepping for like this wedding, and it's like me, Gage, John, Pat, and I think Nick was standing on the other side of the table, and I felt it coming. That's what she said. I'm so sorry. And and then I sneezed, and they all just went. And you felt the room like turn. And they went, "What the actual fuck?" And Gage was unfazed. He goes, "You guys gonna have to fucking deal with?" And I'm like, dude, it was just like in that moment, I'm like, I'm gonna go
Like,
fuck myself. I don't know why. I don't know why it happens like that.
Mine are weird too. Like I actually like say achoo when I'm sneezing. I sneezed like 2 weeks ago at the bar, and they were like, "That was the cutest sneeze I ever heard."
But see, that makes sense coming from
So I'm
you.
like, achoo.
That makes sense.
I know.
Coming from you.
We have the same sneeze.
Oh, yeah. So and all you guys out there, I've been told I sneeze really manly, and it's the coolest. Anyways,
Well, it's better than some men. Like my ex-father-in-law used to sneeze, and it would literally like startle my whole body.
that's how Gage
I would be
sneezes.
like, oh, like it would literally go right under my skin. It was so terrifying.
Do you ever hear like the memes of it's like this person sneezes, and when a father sneezes, and it's like an atom bomb going off.
Yeah, yes, that's exactly it. It's like,
Yeah.
why? It's like you're putting so much like
Sometimes it's
so
just
much
built
just
up.
into it. My sister used to hold hers, and it used to drive me crazy. I'm like, you're gonna give yourself a heart attack or shit your pants.
What do you mean hold it?
She would like hold it, like you can hold them. I don't know. She would like, and I'm like,
Oh, I've heard people do that.
but
yeah.
that's a lot of pressure to be holding in.
I'm just scared of my eyeballs. I
Yeah,
heard.
either eyeballs or you're gonna have a heart attack or you're gonna shit your pants.
Can you really shit your pants?
I'm sure you could.
Oh, did you ever watch Jackass Forever?
No, I don't like Jackass. It's too much throw up.
There wasn't that much throw this time. There's a lot of penises.
Ugh.
So many.
I mean, not that I like, but
No, it's okay. The only reason I said this because you said shit your pants and then we think of a scene. Anyways, that was a wild plane ride. But no, I heard something like when I was younger where if you sneeze, you can and you hold it, your eyeballs pop out.
yeah, because of all that pressure.
So that is a thing.
Yeah,
Oh.
you could pop a blood vessel easy that way.
Mm.
Speaking of Jackass, did you ever see the video for that I can't even. There's two videos.
Okay.
There's one that's Bam. Did I show you this?
I don't know. Bam.
Bam has a video. I forget what it's called.
Bam?
I know what it's called. Bam Margera. Hold on. It's really.
All right.
I'm gonna tell you about it and then you watch it later.
No, that's fine. We can do whatever you want because I'm gonna when you send it to me later, I'm gonna put it up here.
There's two. The other one is these are the funniest things I've ever seen in my life.
So what are they?
They're songs, but like the one is. Do you know He-Man? Do you remember He-Man?
I can't think that I do.
Oh my God! Hold on.
Yeah, there's a lot of like wild shit out there. There was this one song
It's called He-Man Beastman. It is so He-Man was a thing when I was a kid, and there was Skeletor, who was like his nemesis or whatever. The lyrics, the video.
What is this?
It's the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
She's watched it. It has the
Multiple
red line.
times. It is so messed up. I'm gonna send you that, and I'm gonna send you the Bam one too.
So like, what happens in
These
the
are
video?
guys from Jackass.
Okay.
I can't even explain it. I
All
can't
right.
explain. They're basically going back and forth. Like it's Skeletor and his crony talking about He-Man's sexuality, and it's really disturbing.
Wow.
It's so funny. The first time I saw this, I was dying so bad. Like I could not breathe. I was like, what am I watching right now? It's bad.
Okay.
I'm surprised you guys have never seen this because you guys
No.
have that kind of humor.
Well, I would have loved to have seen it. It was just never brought to my attention.
I'm sending this to you now.
Beautiful. But like all those Jackass guys, they all cracked me up. They're like. There was like one thing in the movie where like they had these like it was like two clear like boards and they put their penis like in the boards and then they would screw it to be flat. Then they're like playing games like oh dude it's just so messed up.
And you know what? It's funny. Like I see this stuff and I'm like, only men.
Mm-hmm.
Only men.
It makes
No offense, men, but
no,
like,
yeah.
men do stupid things. All these videos of like people jumping off of buildings or whatever. It's always men.
That's why you guys live longer. Listen, I totally agree with you.
Like who comes up with these ideas?
I think there's a lot to do with this looks cool. Let's see if we can do it.
Okay.
And then your other buddies go,
you have to do it.
You have to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And men don't think before they act.
Not a lot of the times, no.
Most of the time.
Yeah, yeah.
I can't find. I will find this. The BAM.
That's okay.
But that other one is way funnier.
That's hysterical. I've never heard of them.
Oh my god. I didn't know they had songs, but like the BAM song is like an actual song.
Wait, really?
Yeah. It has like a good beat to it. But like the lyrics. Oh yeah, it's called like fucking myself with my own dick or something like that.
How do you find these? How does YouTube go, let me show this woman this video and it's on your algorithm?
I was at somebody's house and they showed it to me. I didn't find this on my own. But I was dying. I think it's called that. It's along those lines.
Oh god. Oh my god. And if it's those guys, it's got to be fucked up.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Bend my dick to my ass. That's what it's called.
Oh.
So I can fuck myself, is what he says in this song. And then it has like a badass beat. And I'm like, do I like this song? It's so messed up. I'm sorry.
Did you ever hear the song Jesus is the One?
No. Is that churchy?
Not even a little bit. At the end, it was one of my one friend, shout out Michaela Schaefer. It's just the ending. It's if I put I'm gonna stick my dick in a bag of Doritos and make that bitch N-word suck the dust off the tip.
Oh.
The guy that sings it is black. So
okay.
But it's things like that where it's like you're not expecting the profanity and provocativity in the song, and it's like, oh. And of course, that song went viral, and everyone was listening to it. So,
right.
Like
well,
every frat party.
When you listen to these, you have to watch the videos too.
Okay.
Like every move, because it's I don't know how the person that showed me found these, but I was like, "What are my eyes looking at right now?"
I wonder if I'll get like any like y'all ever putting it up.
I mean, you should. I think everybody must see these. I can't believe I never showed you that.
No.
I thought I showed it to you.
You probably mentioned it for me to look it up, and then we probably went through like 6 hours and then went home, and I totally forgot about it.
Right.
Because people do that all the time. They're like, "Hey Matt, like check this out." I'm like, "Okay, cool." Like I have an actual list on my phone now of like movies and TV shows that I have to watch.
Oh, I have a couple from like back in the day.
Oh, are they good?
Yeah, because you probably never saw them. I was just having this conversation last night. Did you ever see Little Monsters?
No.
Okay, you have to see that. That's with Fred Savage and
Little Monsters.
Howie Mandel.
Howie.
It's so like we were watching clips of it last night and we were like, God, this is so weird.
Little Monsters.
But it was so great when we were little. The next one is Rat Boy.
I've heard of that one. I've never watched it.
You have to watch it.
What is it like?
It's just like we're like, what were people thinking back in the 80s that like that we were intrigued by this? Like,
well, it's probably because people really haven't seen that much. Like, I mean,
right?
What the first curse word was 19.
Like on TV, you mean, or in movies?
It was honey. I was honey. Frankly, I don't give a damn or something.
Oh
like that.
Yeah.
That was like the first curse word. It's like it's all pretty new and relative. Like it was black and white. Like people even around that time,
there was still so much sensory.
Yeah, there was so much sensory and things like that. They probably weren't used to it. I mean, when that happened, honey, I don't give a damn. Like that was like that broke.
It was controversial.
The world.
Right.
It was controversial.
Right.
You know. Comedians and
like NWA was like they were literally, which was so stupid because they were buying the CDs and then they were stomping on them. Like I remember that in the news. Like,
well, that's the thing today too. Is like people like they're like, oh, I'm like that whole thing with the Carhartt. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm cutting this up. I'm like, bro, you're buying it to burn it.
Like they don't care what you do with it after you bought it.
No.
Right, but like I don't condone. Like I don't.
Yeah.
I think it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Get a job. Dude. Who has time to stand around and jump on a pile of CDs?
Yeah.
That was so crazy. I'm like, who cares?
And look how stupid you look now.
Right.
NWA. They're
right.
amazing.
Right.
Yeah.
But the other ones are. The other one is. This one's a must see. The peanut butter experiment.
What?
The peanut butter experiment. You have to watch it. It's like so
This
early
is like a movie?
80s. Yes.
Okay.
Can you appreciate like 80s
Yeah,
movies?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like about this kid who has
no.
some like, I don't know, disorder, and he loses his hair, and he wants hair because he's getting bullied. And he runs, I don't know, some ghost lady gives him this like solution. Oh, it's the peanut butter solution, not experiment. Okay. And then he puts it on his head, and his hair just keeps growing and growing and growing, like it has like a life of its own. We were watching clips of this last night, and we were laughing so hard. Like, what were people thinking back then? It's just so bad. But you have to see them. It just keeps growing like through the house and stuff.
So, in my head, right, I'm thinking production costs, actors, script writers.
Well, I don't think anybody known was in that movie.
I just there had to be a conversation where people were around and goes, guys, I got an idea. Right. And I feel that someone had to sit there and go, listen, hear me out. 10-year-old kid can't grow hair. Peanut butter, magical ghost. And hair of its own. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. I feel like like in a think tank situation.
That's what I was thinking about the rat boy, like a boy that looks legit like a rat, like the New York rat.
Oh my God!
Like he's a rat, but he's a boy. Who were these people on drugs?
Yeah,
they had
psychedelics.
They're like, yeah.
That's when psychedelic rock started coming out.
We'll let the hair just keep growing through the house. And like have its mind of its own, and it's like what? Yeah, you have to see these though. You would laugh so hard.
Oh my!
Like
gosh.
Watch it for comedic relief. Don't watch it for like the serious. You know,
because there's a lot of things that I haven't watched. I've never watched Titanic.
That is a classic. Like who's got time? It's like 1,000 hours long.
It's like in my head I go, I don't want to watch something that I've heard so much about, and I know how it ends. Right.
That's how I felt about A Star Is Born.
I never watched that.
I saw the first 20 minutes, and I hated it. It was so boring. I'm like, all right, I know what happens at the end, so
yeah,
I'm okay.
There's a lot of movies like that, but
the Titanic, it is. I feel like you should see it once, just once. It's long. It's so long. I saw that in the movies.
Well, see, the thing is like...
That shows my age.
She's like 26 yesterday, guys. That's fine. But, like, I've seen so many clips, though, at this point, that I feel like...
But you, like, really don't get the feel. Yeah, you get... Because it is a feel.
Because there's a lot of guys that I know, and, like, some of them are on steroids, and, like, they're like, I watched Titanic and I cried.
Right, like, the Notebook. Like, how many guys do you know love The Notebook?
True.
You know,
True.
I mean, I know guys who my ex's favorite movie was Love Actually.
Never saw that.
And I'm like, there's cheesy love movies. I'm like, come on, let's watch like Taken or something.
Oh, dude,
I love that movie.
I watched it again. Christine's never seen it.
Really?
No.
Dude, that from the moment that movie starts, you were on the edge of your seat.
Yeah.
Till the very end. I will never forget the first time I saw that movie.
Dude. You couldn't have said it any better, because that's exactly how it is.
You're
the
like
whole time.
Stressed the whole time.
Yeah.
Like you're like, oh my God, what the hell? Like, such a great movie.
She's never seen it, dude. And I put it on.
And she should probably be aware. You know, I feel like every female should be aware that this stuff happens.
Yeah, and it happens a lot. I mean, look at the whole Epstein thing. The Log just came out too. I don't know if you heard about that.
What?
The Log. When that whole
with everybody's names on it, you mean?
Yeah, it's out.
When did that come out?
A couple weeks ago.
Oh, I'll have to look it up.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty messed up.
Yeah.
They when it first came out, like there was like slideshows on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
It's like people's like names or whatever it was, and then you go through and then have their pictures, and it's like I'm like, wow. Like Stephen Hawking was on there.
Do you find that surprising? He was a scumbag.
But like he
was extremely intelligent, yes. And
yeah.
Rich as can be, but like he was a pervert.
Yeah, it's just I guess what's so weird with the internet to kind of grasp is like he was in this chair and he was like
you would think.
You
would think. I was surprised by it myself, and I was like, wow, that guy's not a good person. Like you would think.
Really, he wasn't.
No,
I didn't.
I mean, he did good things for like.
I don't know much about him.
I don't either. I just know that he's really smart and he's done things, but I've heard more of the bad stuff than anything.
I'll have to do some research.
Like he was a vile person.
It happens sometimes.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's scary being a woman. Like
I don't doubt it.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like the things that we deal with on a daily basis that you guys would never even think about.
Well,
because it's the way the world is.
Yeah, like there's always this like joke about like this guy gets into a fight with his girlfriend. He goes, I'm gonna go take a walk outside, and it's 12 o'clock at night. But then it's like,
because we can't do that.
You guys, but like but then you look on the back end of it, and it's like you really can't because like say you go to a bar or you work at a bar, some guy gets obsessed and he follows you home, and like you go for a walk at 12 o'clock at night, and what goes on. Like I've been seeing, which is a good thing, more and more like there's like pepper spray things on like car keys.
Well, I had one, and it was when Ashley still worked with us.
Okay.
And we used to keep our purses underneath the one register.
Oh no.
And every night I was terrified. I was like, I'm more scared of spraying myself in the eyes with this than anything. I ended up throwing it out because like every night we would work together and she would be like, there goes that spray again. It's like pointing right at me. Like we were so afraid it was going to spray us in the eyes.
Oh.
Yeah. Because like, I don't know. I know you have to like turn it and click it. It scared me. I'd rather have a gun.
So would I. And like, I wanted to like test it out one time. So I'm in like the car with my like ex situationship thing, and I opened it. I put it out the window, and I like. Psh,
Did it come back in?
Well, a little bit. I felt it on my lips and like my eyes, and I'm like, dude, I gotta go inside. Like I gotta fucking wash this off.
Oh my
God.
Wasn't
bad. Like it wasn't like a
like cutting up jalapenos and then rubbing your eyes. Have you ever done that?
No. I cut up a lot of jalapenos.
Yeah, but you wear gloves.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
When you're at home, you don't wear.
No,
I don't think to wear gloves.
Yeah, it was kind of like if you ate like a really spicy salsa, right? And then like you rub your eye. Like that's kind of what it was. It wasn't because it was just like the backsplash. It wasn't anything crazy.
But you can imagine how intense it would be.
I was actually in a car, not intense. I'm so sorry. Bad dad joke.
Oh, intense. I'm like, what do you mean?
Can you imagine how much Gage hates me when he's here?
I know.
Do you have any of those bits that, like, it's funny to no one else, but only to you, and yet you say it all the time? Whether it's, like, a dad joke or, like, something, like, stupid or funny.
Well, I mean, like, hot dog down a hallway is probably one of my favorite lines.
God.
I just went right for it. I mean, I use that a lot.
I can only imagine, like, it's
the context.
Well, I can imagine the context because it's only used for one context. Oh my God. I can just imagine, like, walking out there, like, getting, like, water or, like, a set or something like that, and some chick's just, like, giving you shit. I bet it's a hot dog down a hallway. Pay your tab.
Bitch.
Holy shit, dude.
Listen, I work in the service industry. You have to, like, be able to roll with the punches with people.
I can't keep fucking crying.
I know I haven't laughed this hard in a while.
Hey, you have any bits? Yeah, a hot dog down the hallway. I was like, I said a seamlessly bad dad joke, and you went right into...
I feel like we throw up.
Dude.
Oh my God.
Daria, I can't. Dude, I'm crying. I can't. Ugh.
Oh my God.
That was great. That was so fucked.
Oh God, I can't breathe.
Okay.
So
There we go.
there's mine.
That's insane.
What's yours?
Well, that one. Have you ever heard me like recite that Eminem song?
Which one?
I can't get the image out of my head of you yelling at someone and telling them that it's like a hot dog down.
It's like a hot dog down a hallway.
Oh, dude. What if you spoke to Karen like that?
Oh man, she wouldn't even know it. She'd be like, "Hot dogs?
Dude,
Do you have hot dogs
I fucked up yesterday.
with the chips?
What chips?
Chips and dip?
No.
Oh,
Were they bad?
no.
Oh. No. She's like, Matt, come here.
Oh, I saw you talking to
And
her.
I'm like, fuck. I acknowledged her. Then I had to walk over and like, she's like, come here. I'm like, oh, I'm already close. I'm already close. And yeah,
It's like a little closer.
I was like, But I was like, I gotta go cook that food. And she goes, okay, bye.
Yeah, like she used to call me ma'am. Hey, man. Hello, ma'am. I'm not like I hate that. First of all, you're older than me. Now she knows my name, and I was there hanging out on Sunday
Daria?
night. Yeah, probably. Yeah, I don't even. I just like, I hear it, and I'm like, hi. But she like tried to talk to me while I was out hanging out, and I was like, no, we're not going to be doing this.
Yeah.
No offense. We clash.
Yeah. She clashes with a lot
Yeah.
of people. Her and Nick got into it. I
would love to see that.
It was bad. I didn't see it, so I don't know. I can't talk too much about it.
Was it when she said that Nick and Cody need to
Be professional.
be adults? Yeah.
Yeah. For our Friendsgiving.
Or don't speak to adults that way.
Yes.
And they're like, we are adults.
Yep. And we deal with a lot of adults all day.
Who act like children.
It blows my mind. But I messed up with her one day. I forgot she worked at Home Goods.
Oh.
Never been to Home Goods.
Which Home Goods?
PTC. It's like literally like 2 minutes from this house.
Okay. See, I...
By the Wegmans and the... Oh, you live in KOP.
Yeah,
so...
yeah. I go to the TJ Maxx and the Home Goods in St. David's.
Oh, okay.
Like Radnor area.
Oh, yeah, I know exactly. That's
Yeah.
what Villanova is. St.
Yeah,
David's
yeah. That's a good Home Goods. It's a safer one.
Oh, is it?
Well, because
Fair.
Karen's not there.
Yeah, so I went there, and I'm like, all I was there for was whiskey glasses because people were gonna be here. I enjoy a lot of whiskey, so I figured get some more glasses. So I did, and incredible deals there, by the way.
Oh, I love TJ Maxx and Home
amazing
Goods.
deals.
I know.
But I walk in and I'm with Christine. We're doing our thing, and I hear, "Hi, Matt." I'm like.
What department does she work in?
I don't know.
Like the changing rooms?
I don't know. She got off back from a break. She was telling me, but she was telling me last night. She goes, customers just don't like me, but it's okay. It's only one in like so many, and I'm like, I have a feeling
Like
that
maybe
it's
because
not.
you probably talk to them the whole time and they want to shop. I can't imagine working with her.
Neither could I. I remember when she got bitched up by Michaela. And she thought
Michaela, that is my girl. She is low key. She will. I love that about her. Like you expect. I guess you expect that from me. Like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but like
I know my place.
Michaela, she's like she'll slice you, and you're like, wait, did she just? Yeah, I love her. Oh, love that girl. I miss her. I'm glad she's like coming, but here and there.
She said she missed it a little bit. Too.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I'm gonna try to get you out of here before I keep taking up a lot of your time.
Okay, so we don't. laugh.
Yeah. Well, I was just looking at the time, and I'm like, okay, making sure, because you said 12, so.
Yeah.
But dude, thank you for all the laughs, dude. I was not
Thank you. I needed that.
in the slightest prepared for talking about, we had like a serious conversation, and then somehow we derailed. I'm like, okay, we'll just see where this goes. Yeah. And then I'm like crying. And then we continue going on, and you're like, yeah, it's like, I just say this because it's like one of my favorite things to say. And now,
it's the only thing I could think of that I like to say. I know. I'm sure there's plenty more, but that's the first thought.
Oh my God, dude. That's so messed up. So when it's like golf season, and you have hot dogs. Dude.
I just throw them across the room. I'm never going to be able to get hot dogs from you in the kitchen without
I'll throw them through the bay.
Like, yo, hallway.
Dude, stop. Okay.
All right.
All right. So thank you for being on.
Of course.
This is great.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good laugh to start the day. And then if you guys want to get in touch with her, I'll put up her Instagrams and all that kind of stuff. If you want to reach out and ask any questions about, salon work or
hot
bartending
dogs.
Or hot dogs in the hallway. Knowing Daria, I really wouldn't say that to her because I know my place with her, so I would not. Yeah. But dude, this is so much fun. Thank you for coming on again, and thank you for being and genuinely thank you for being so open with everything going on. I know you wanted to talk about it, but I do think it's really also cool that a lot of listeners out there. I know like there's like 35% are female, and they're between like Spotify says it's like 22 and 28.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure a lot of them are in like the same kind of situation,
right?
And
just to back that up, nothing is impossible.
Yeah.
Nothing is impossible. Because I thought years ago it would be impossible for me to do this on my own.
Yeah.
Nothing is impossible. And it's harder to stay, in the long run, it's harder to stay miserable than it is to leave.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to leave.
Ooh, that's a nugget, dude. But yeah, that's a great message, and I think it's cool to see them. Even like look at the podcast, how this went. You went really serious, and you're able to like kind of hone in your emotions and your feelings and how
mm-hmm.
things are, and like really articulate what you're saying,
mm-hmm.
and then still have fun with the rest of it.
Yeah.
I think that's important.
Mm-hmm.
So dude, you're amazing, and
Thank you.
I will see
So
you
are
later.
you.
Thank you guys.
Bye.